Alright boys, we're back with another video. We're here floating above what seems to be sweaty sands. Now, we're going to break this down for solo, duo and trio, okay? This is going to be a long video, like 20 minutes long like the other one. Because, look, this is me actually breaking it down. Dirty Docks I already had planned out because that's, like, I put a lot of energy into that because that's my trio spot. So for sweaty sands, you know, it's going to take me a hot minute to figure this out. I already have a decent idea of what the best way to do it is, and it doesn't involve main building. Even though that's an overpowered building, it has the most loot, so you should be going for it. There's not a lot of other options in Sweaty Sands, and you're going to get scuffed going for that building so many times. So we're looking for the most consistent drop, okay? Now look, if that means getting loot and then dying, at least you got the loot and you didn't get killed off spawn, okay? So this is going to take practice and a lot of preparation. Now this does work for solos, because if you're an IGL and you're playing solos, because that's all there is involved in solos, is just an IGL. You are the IGL, you're one player. You just follow the blue spot. So if you're playing solos, that's where you would land. If you're playing duos, you have an IGL and a Fragger, so you just pay attention to the blue and the purple drop spot. If you're playing trios, you want to make sure everybody on your team knows where they're going, okay? Because it's going to get complex. I'm going to try and keep it as neat as possible. But the first things first, you can split this drop like I always do to give you a bit of perception. Okay, this drop can be split like this. Okay, you have basically this, and then you've got this down the middle, and then you have a diagonal. Now, I've never done a diagonal before like this. Okay, you're not even going to count those two weapons in, but that's what you have. Okay. For a drop spot, you've got these positions that you need to control. Okay. Now this one only up here, this one right here, only really is important in solos. Or duos to a rare extent. Okay. But the section that we're actually, and this down here, okay, you can split it into sections that are visually easy to understand. Okay. So basically what I'm saying is this section, more than likely if it's a good duo, or trio in champs, they're going to split these two buildings. Trio, you can take two people here. Sorry, I'll go to my yellow for a second. Okay. Yellow obviously means the bad guys if you're new, by the way. Make sure you hit that sub button, you know. Give me some subs, man. We always accept that. We're just trying to grow over here, man. Right. Yellow, you've got two bad people, two bad guys, opposite team that land here, and one is going to land here. That's a decent trio split right there. The only thing is, when 2 or 3 trios decide to do that, it's very inconsistent even. In solos or duos, you might get solo or you might get a duo up here. So you don't really need to pay attention to that. But my split is going to be very hard to explain, and it involves combining. For you guys, I'm just going to do blue. I know that's IGL, but that also means, you know, our team. I also want this. This is meant to be a plus sign, by the way. Actually, what am I doing? Jesus Christ, get that out of here. That's not a plus sign. This is a plus sign. Boom. And boom. I want these two to be combined as one. I want this, all of this, to be one drop spot. Now, I want to show you how you're going to split that. This will only work in trios, by the way, but you can still follow it for solos. If you're an IGL, just follow the blue, what I'm going to do right now, okay? So let me get rid of all of this visual hurtness, I guess, pain. Right, blue, for an IGL, is where we always start with the IGL. The IGL's landing spot is here. You want to find the most optimal way to loot this? I do not know the most optimal way because this is not my landing spot. You want to get this building down. You want to know where's the best place to land. It's not always the top chest because sometimes that might not always be there. So usually it's through the front door or back door, side door. Figure that out. Okay, so I'm just going to put a big blue dot. Actually, that's going to cover up something that I want to see. I'm just going to put your blue dot here because I will be doing more blue boxes. But usually the one with the dot in it, like this, means this is where you're landing. The IGL lands here. You want to take screenshots as well. Make sure you do. I'll let you know when I'm about to swap, though. Your IGL lands here. Okay? You loot that. Your IGL rotates to this building. Okay? So this is your second building. I'm not going to put a circle in this one because this isn't where you land. Okay? Then your IGL rotates down here. Okay? The reason why the IGL is doing this route is because this is the one that's probably most likely uncontested. The reason you're not landing this building is because this is a very hard split. Okay, and it might not work. That's what I'm saying. I need to try this out, but trust me, I have a feeling it will. And by the end of this, when this all ties up, it should work. Because I'm just going off what's in my head now and my knowledge. Okay, my knowledge of going sweaty is this building is always stacked. These two always contested, and same here. Usually here. Okay, but look, you're going to split like this, and you're going to go working your way in this direction. Okay, you're working your way down. Okay, I can leave that there. You want to take a screenshot of that now, you can. Okay, these are your 3 buildings. Reason being, wood and wood. You're going to get wood from both sides of these houses. Then metal. If you have the time to farm the metal here, it's amazing. You should do that, because an IGL is going to need the metal late game. That's why the IGL is rotating down this way. Even if you're uncontested, still land these same buildings. Practice always makes perfect. Fragger. You're going to put your Fragger in a bit more of a hostile situation, because he's going to be the cracked player on your team. He is going to figure out how to land and loot these few buildings the most effectively. So this, I'll put it here because that's not really a spot. Your Fragger just wants to land here and loot this. Then again, he is rotating in the downward direction down here. Okay. Now, more than likely, you have zone. If you don't, that's not a big deal. You still want to work your way left, because there's enough cars that you don't need to worry about zone. You've got river. Everything is going to be G. Then your Fragger is also going to loot this house. Okay. So in duos now, that doesn't look too much of a split. Look, Fragger's here, and you're the IGL landing here, or your teammate's the IGL. That's not a big split. And look at the amount of loot you're going to get. 3 chests. Look, first of all, we calculate the floor loot. Okay, 6 potential weapons, 11 potential weapons when you combined with 5, 6, 7. So 11 plus 7, 18, I believe, 18 weapons from this. Your Fragger is going to need the kill. He really wants a shotgun, so you want to give him the best odds of getting a very good shotgun. Now, I know shotguns don't really, spawn amazing floor loot, but you can still get a blue charge off the floor, I believe. I'm not too sure on that. Actually, no, charges are rare, man, aren't they? You can only get them out of chests. So 14 plus 13 is 27 plus 3 is 30 weapons he's going to have the potential of getting. Alright. Plus, when you swap it to just this, you're getting, as an IGL, you're getting 6 chests. It's not the best. It's still the same amount as going to this heavy contested building. This does take longer to loot though. And this is building that will always be split. It will never be solo landed. So if it's a duo landing here, it's 3 chests each. You're getting 6 by playing this route. Okay? So they're actually going to get worse loot. They won't even get as good mats as you. Okay, you'll get more mats out of these 2 buildings than they will there splitting it. Then your Fragger does get his 30 potential floor loots. He does lose out on... He doesn't. He gets 6 chests as well. Now this is where it comes in a bit tricky in my head. I haven't really planned out the support, because I've prioritized mats, being the metal here and the wood here, for your IGL. Rotating out of sweaty, there tends to be a lot of brick, so you don't need to worry about that. And for your Fragger, I've really provided him with a lot of weapons and weapon spawns, so that's very optimal right there for him. This is almost like doing edit binds and making binds, the most optimal way to loot a place. It's like a sentence video in a weird way to me. Now, your support coming out with the red. Let me put my chests back on and stuff like that. Alright, now, the best place for him to land. This is going to sound a bit weird. Okay, his loot route is going to be a bit weird, but he's not going to get targeted, so it's okay for it to be weird, if that makes sense. It really is. He's going to land here, in this corner. Basically, what I'm going to say is, how do I do this? Right, let me make a box around his whole spot and just write a pathway. You'll see what I'm doing in a minute. This is his whole shit as a Fragger. This is his whole shit. He is going to do the opposite of you guys. See the way you are working down as an IGL, or if you're a Fragger, you're working down. He is going to work it, and then when you both reach your end point right here, you're going to turn around and work your way back up to get the kills. Unless you want to keep going out and just rotate out, that's up to you. If you want to play passive like that, it's fine. If it's a passive tournament, highly recommend it. Now let me pull out my pen again. Your support role is going to land right here on these chests. Okay. Then from them chests, he's going to go to here. From there, he's going to go down to here. Then from there to here. From here, back. He should probably actually see. That's why we always like doing these videos like this, because it's a brainstorming session. I'm learning just as much as you. He's better off leaving that one weapon. And going like this, then going like that. Then, because remember, you boys are looting up so many buildings. He has time. To there, to there, to there, back out into the middle of the street, ready to go. Okay, so when you draw it like this is the way I'm going to draw it for it to make sense, okay? The landing here, this is what you do get. You're going to rotate like this. You'll see what I'm doing now in a second. You really will. I hope you will. Oh my god, what am I doing? What am I doing? It was just a bad circle, boys, sorry. You'll see in a second. Like that. That's his pathway. You see that? He's to follow that path. He's to stay in that loop. He can get mats as well, but he doesn't need to have too many mats. He just has enough to support, sit back and support, you know. When it does come to endgame, your support should be a second fragger. When you're tunneling, he should be the support should be the one, you know, sitting back when you're tunneling, getting beams on people and griefing people. Your fragger should be the one hopping in boxes and looking for real good picks while you're tunneling. That's the best way to loot that. Like I said, you either go back up the street and fight this team here, which are going to be they're going to be on this dead building looting it, to be honest. And your teammate's going to be here. So when this does happen and you're eventually going to go for that fight like planned, this is what it's going to look like. Theoretically, they're all going to be on that building right here. This building. Let me write my yellow marker for a second. Okay. Yellow pen. They're going to be on this building. But look at the positioning you boys have. Okay. You have your pink here. I'm just going to draw it in black marker because I have it out. He's going to be head on facing these boys. Okay, he's facing them. Your what's it call it? Your support, again, right here, has a nice angle on them. Okay. And then you as an IGL do have the opportunity to kind of pull back in and take this building and face them like that. Now, if you know anything about these buildings here, it's very hard to build on the roof of them. So you can get some clean shots in. And look how close these two boys are together to make a duo push in on them while you support. Okay, IGL takes a step back, supports and lets your frag and then your support fragger go back in. That is the best way to do it. Okay, that's enough said. If you want to take a screenshot of this, go for it. Let me remove these black lines. If you want to take a screenshot with them, go for it. But if not, I'm removing them right now. So you boys can see that rotate path. Okay, you should be able to, I'll get rid of this as well. You should be able to see that loop path. Pretty simple. And I'll get rid of the yellow for you. You see that? Right. 3, 2, 1, gone. I want to show you one more thing before I end the video. I know this video has actually turned out to be a bit quicker than the other videos. Somehow. Let me get rid of this as well. This is no longer important. You should have taken a screenshot of that if you needed to. But now, when I zoom out a stage, let me clean my screen first of all. We don't need chests or anything right now. Zoom out again. Zoom out again. This is the best way to rotate out of that. Okay. We have the black marker on. Best way to rotate in sweaty. I'm going to do it in blue for the best. Actually, no, I did before is pink is the best. Okay. So you're just trying to keep the same color schemes as the other videos. Like that. Like that. Or like this. Okay. There, your best rotates out of there, if I'm being dead serious. Your second best rotates are like this. Actually, that pink one, I wouldn't consider that an amazing rotate. That would be more of your blue rotate as well. To rotate up the stream like that. You know, that's another good rotate. Then straight down the wing like this. Straight up like that. And still again like that. They're not bad rotates to get out of there, to take them pathways. Pink being the best because you're staying the maximum dead side. Okay, pink being, you know, there's no one looking at you from here. Okay, so it means you only have to worry about people looking at you from this side. You're on dead side. Nobody can potentially be on that side of the map. They're only going to be inside. So that means you only have to worry about getting sniped from your left, not getting sniped from your right. Whereas if you're here, you're getting sniped from here, looking in at you, here looking in at you, here looking in at you. Fucking Mandalorian might as well be sniping you. Someone's up on bleeding clock tower, like, you know, you've too much potential third parties there. but being on the wing minimizes it. That's all I'm saying. Then your worst rotates is going to be in red for pure danger. Let me pull that out real quick. Is rotating down this pathway is terrible. Rotating directly into weeping is pretty terrible. Going through Holly isn't too bad, okay? Only, actually, that is pretty terrible. What am I saying, boys? I'm coaching you wrong. Holly can be done, okay? It can be done if you rotate late. Okay, so I'm going to make that fucking orange one for the boys. That can be done, but only if you rotate late. That's what the orange is going to mean now. New signals here. Orange means you're rotating late, then it will work. These two will rotate early, will still work. You can probably pick up a P90 if you're careful enough. These should always work. This will work because, like, who lands Coral Castle? Okay, and it's a nasty rotate to get topside for dead zone, dead side. That's the thing with sweaty people don't understand, is it's so easy because of this water to be able to get zone anywhere across the top, anywhere down the side, and anywhere down this whole bottom. You can play dead sides easy from sweaty by playing those 3 sides. Easy to get top, easy to go, you're already on this side, and again, run out here, get a boat, go down. You can do it. If you don't contest sweaty, the only way you can get down to the bottom of the map is to leave the fight, run out, get a boat, and come down. You won't have time if you take the fight. Other 2 rotates to stay on this side if you have zone, or to pull up. If you have zone, you can take the fight. But going down to the very bottom, if it's this corner, you should rotate all the way around. Trust me, nasty rotate if you're playing for placement. Again, one that's a bit orange, I would say is this. Going up or like around into the Pleasant. Pleasant's a bit dodgy. And it's very terrible to go in here. These slurp trucks, they're always going to get contested. Now look, it's okay, run, get your slurp truck and rotate up if you got it. But playing dead side means there's no one going to be on your back the whole game. People get the misconcept of dead zone. Dead side, sorry, by playing. They play for, like, they be in like what? Half and half. We've dead side. Yeah, but you even know what dead side is. It doesn't just come in at the last game. It comes in from day one. From the second you press jump out of that bus, dead zone, dead side is there. And you just need to know how to play it the whole game. Now, listen to what I'm saying. Okay, if you don't need to play any of the dead side rotates, at least you know them. If you really need to play passive, if you get griefed, you know? If you're playing for a W key tournament, it doesn't necessarily mean follow those red lines, man. They're not good picks. Going into Holly, where orange is, where there could be a potential team, that's a good pick. Because you know, like, who's going to third party you in Holly? Hedges. Who is down there except the team that wins down there and they're just chilling looting? You can go down there and get third party. It's a free kill if you go up to Coral Castle and there's a team. Literally. Going into Salty though, like, you know that in the back of your head. You're going to get third party from Pleasant. You're going to get third party from anyone rotating by the 0 point and people rotating up from Weeping and Slurpy. You're going to get contested heavy. Same with Lazy, they're going to rotate in on you. I know Lazy's a bit far away, but when you clean out Lazy, where's the next place you're going? You're not going down in any way, you're going up. You're looking for kills. Okay, that's the end of the video. That's all I got to say. I told you how to loot the place, told you how to get out of the place. I told you how to get in, loot, and get out. And all the fights you can go in between. So I'm going to clean this up. This one wasn't as long as the other one, thank God, because the other one was like 26 minutes. This one was 18. You see how long I can edit it down to? I probably want to edit it, just a bit of background music for the boys. Hopefully it was helpful, and hopefully you learned something. If you do, make sure you hit that sub button, because we drop these videos every week, man. Make sure you hit the sub. Make sure you like. Leave a comment below what POI you'd like me to do next. And as far as that goes, I'm going to run the outro, and I hope you enjoyed. I really do, boys. I really do.